Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Your continued love and support here on the channel. I just wanted to do a quick announcement for those of you that may have missed it yesterday. I did post on the community section for subscribers a discount code, Wisdom20, and that code is valid through May 16th, 2025 for 20% off of readings as well as other services that I do provide. Please also make sure that you have your notifications turned on. I did speak to someone yesterday who is subscribed to the channel, but they did not receive the notification of the post that I did, and oftentimes I will post discount codes for you guys, and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on that. Okay, so the code is Wisdom20. That is good through May 16th, 2025 for 20% off of readings and services that I do provide. You can find my email in the description box. Just send me an email and put the Wisdom20 in the subject, so I know to add on the discount for you onto your invoice for payment. Okay, so today's pick a card reading, we are doing messages from your higher self. We do have 3 piles out here. I've already pre-shuffled the piles for you guys today. Messages from your higher self. If by chance you do feel drawn to more than one of the piles, you know, go with whatever your intuition is leading you towards. For pile number 1, you are going to be this little brown Jasper. For pile number 2, you are going to be the Desert Rose Selenite. For pile number 3, you are going to be the Pink Flower Agate. So Pink Flower Agate for pile number 3. For those of you that are wanting to know what tarot and oracle decks I'm using today for the reading, I always list them in the description box for you guys, broken down into tarot and oracle decks. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to sit and meditate on whichever pile is calling to you the most, or maybe today it is more than one. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading. Not all the messages that come through may be for you. If something doesn't really resonate, just let that part of the message go and take what resonates with your soul. Okay, so again, group 1, pile 1, the brown Jasper, pile 2, the Desert Rose Selenite, and pile 3, we have the Pink Flower Agate. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with this little brown Jasper, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding messages from your higher self. I do have a mix of tarot and oracle. These ones here we are going to save for a little bit later because I have to put them on top. So, and you guys also got an extra card. There was also a message that came through while I was shuffling out your pile. And the message that was coming through was that someone here that's watching this reading is seeking some type of clarity. Maybe this is surrounding an important decision you have to make, or even an ongoing situation. And the message that was coming through from your higher self was a need for grounding. Okay, so maybe you've been someone who's been in your head a little bit. feeling a little bit restless or confused or indecisive, and a very strong message about the need for grounding in order for you to receive that clarity, because your higher self is trying to communicate with you to give you the clarity that you need, but it's almost like there's a need for a more calm and more settled, grounded energy. So spending time outdoors, going for a walk, exercising, dancing, listening to music can be something that helps you to ground. Focusing on the present moment. I know sometimes that's hard, but doing something that kind of brings your attention into the here and now. What else is good? Sometimes taking a shower. Sometimes even for me, like even after I do readings for people, once I get in the shower, I start having a bunch of downloads that kind of come in because my mind is just like very meditative and still. So yeah, maybe for some of you, just taking a bath, a nice hot bath or a hot shower. Also cold water too, right? Cold shower also just wakes you up. Even if it's just quickly at the end, at the end of your shower. But meditation is also very powerful for that as well. Some, deep breathing to kind of bring you a little bit more focused. Okay, so let's see. And you guys did have an extra card. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet because I had everything kind of mapped out, but we'll see how this fits. Okay, so we have card number 33. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Focus on the here and now. Here, it's like she's sitting at a table talking to her friend, and her mind is like off in La La Land. She's not even paying attention. It says nostalgia, focus on the here and now, number 33. Yeah, that was definitely a message. It was like screaming at me. Okay, so what else? What did I want to do? Let's put this one up here. We have a moment. Okay, so there, look at her. She's just sitting there relaxing. And look at how all these little yellow, looks like little feathers, are kind of dropping down around her. Like she's got her magic wand in her hand, but she's taking a rest here. Just a moment. Maybe this is de-stressing. She's also got her back up against, it looks like a tree that has little mushrooms growing out of it. That's also good for grounding too. Sitting down outside, if you can, putting your back up against a tree. Okay. Let's see what's going on here with you, because that message was, we've got the Tower. Wow. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. There's outside, she's looking, there's a tree. The tree house is on fire. Lightning is striking the tree. Wow. Number 16. Prying eyes. Someone has their eyes on you. I didn't even notice that. Look at, there's a person here. Hiding behind the tree. Watching. Okay. 16 is the Tower. Bubble power. My wishes float easily out into the world. Number 6. We have number 36, Witch's Wounds. It says remedy, magical medicine, sacred heart, and another day. Perhaps some of you are, number 36, perhaps some of you are going through some type of Tower moment literally right now. Some type of maybe even past heartbreak, because this is talking about nostalgia. Maybe some type of disappointment or literally some type of pain or memories or something that's kind of coming up for you. Let's see. We have the King of Wands. It says, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. The Knight of Wands. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. And then we have Three of Cups. This is friends. There's a friend there. There's somebody here that's spying. And this card says, come together with your coven. The Three of Cups is about socializing. It's about friendships. It can be about party celebrations, but I feel like more or less this is, I don't know, we'll have to see what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to try to make this fit, and then we might have to peek at these other cards to kind of get the full story here, and then maybe clarify what is going on here. What's the intention with this person that's watching you? Witch's wounds, the remedy. It's about healing. Okay, let's just see what you've got here. The Ten of Cups. The Two of Swords. Okay, so there's the confusion, the indecision. This could even be something that you're not seeing here, because the Two of Swords can sometimes be about denial. With this message here, the twos connect to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about going within your intuition. And then we have the World here. Ooh, look at that. Five of Swords. Five of Swords can be about a betrayal. So maybe some of you, because this room does remind me a little bit of the Three of Swords, but Witch's wounds, and there's literally a wounded heart here with it looks like little arrows that are going inside of it. Okay. I think I need more here. I want to know what's going on with these prying eyes, because this looks like, with us having the Five of Swords here, this is a betrayal here. So maybe some of you are thinking about something from the past that was very painful. Maybe it was, for some of you, maybe it was a friend. Some of you, it could have been certainly something romantic or even family with the Ten of Cups. It kind of makes me feel like whatever this is for you, because of course it can be different for all of you. I mean, it could even be coworkers. You know, you could be going over in your head, like, how did I not see that? Or, you know, still feeling there could even be a little bit of resentment or anger here. Or feeling that the need to defend yourself. So let's get a little bit more. Let's see. I think we should clarify the Tower first, because the Tower can be, yes, that there is some type of unexpected upheaval, or even a very chaotic energy, but some of you may have this Tower energy could be something that occurred in the past. Some of you could be going through it right now, or maybe for some of you it hasn't happened yet. Let's see. We've got Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Aries. Sagittarius. Why is the Tower here? The Hermit. Okay, Virgo energy. Why is the Tower here? The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups can be about daydreaming, fantasizing, imagination. I feel like in this context here, because she even has like the little daydreamy bubble right there. Why is the world, I'm sorry, the Tower here? The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is, this kind of makes me feel like there's some type of energy exchange here. What does this prying eyes here have to do with? The Death card. The Knight of Wands again. And the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with an earth sign as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Well, okay, let's back up. Let's think about the message that came through for you guys was the need for grounding, seeking some type of clarity, or that your higher self is trying to give you some type of clarity here. And the Seven of Cups can be a card also about confusion, feeling confused. So can the Two of Swords. But this prying eyes here, this kind of makes me feel like this is a person that you're not talking to right now. Perhaps this person is spying on you. And it kind of looks like there has been a betrayal here. It's something that's coming up for you that you're thinking a lot about. There's healing that needs to happen because we do have the Hermit here. Perhaps you gave a lot of your time and your energy to this person. But with the donations box here, it almost kind of makes me feel like this is something that where you gave to a person, and instead of valuing what you were giving, like this person may have just threw it away like a discard, because there's a donation box there. So it almost makes me feel like with the Death card here, there's been some type of ending, some type of change. But with the prying eyes here, this almost feels like a person who's spying on you and wanting to know kind of like what you're doing, or if how you've changed, or if perhaps it could even be this person wanting to come back in here with the Three of Cups, because this can be about gathering, socializing. This person could be watching you in some regard, or even trying to communicate with mutual friends to ask questions about you. It's kind of like this feeling is, this person is feeling this energy of motivation of wanting to come towards you. But the Knight of Pentacles energy could also be a little bit of a very, I want to say more cautious or even apprehensive. So it feels like a person you're not in contact with. It's a Scorpio energy. Okay, so what is this Two of Swords energy here? The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a feeling of discontent. It could also be about rejection. Perhaps some of you have been, or even pushing someone else away. You could be pushing someone else away. Why is the Two of Swords here? The Nine of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. This is about collaborating, coming back together, rebuilding perhaps. Well, basically looking at this, it kind of looks like there's something, so there's been some type of betrayal here that's been on your mind with a person that you're not talking to anymore. And you could be having a lot of memories and thoughts that are kind of coming up about this situation. Perhaps some of you receive some type of communication, maybe even from a friend who's, it kind of feels like a mutual friend here of this person who betrayed here, and they're trying to get information on you. And maybe there's even talk here about this friend trying to come back in, or whoever this person is for you. Could even be a coworker trying to come back in here. And maybe this is something that you are maybe worried about. And maybe this is causing some stress here. Why is the Five of Swords here? The Nine of Cups. The Magician. And the Emperor. So we do have, again, we've got Aries, Gemini, Virgo energy here. This is about some type of communication. Perhaps some of you are thinking about what to say here. Let's just say if this person does come back in, what are you going to say to them? Or what are they going to say to you? What do they have to say? And I feel with the King of Wands energy here, because this is a very confident energy. I mean, the Knight is too. But you know, the Emperor is a very solid, stable, grounded energy. And this is about being assertive. You know, perhaps this is about standing up for yourself, or because the Nine of Cups is about satisfaction and fulfillment. So perhaps some of you want to speak up or stand up for yourself, or to speak some type of truth, or even wanting clarity. I mean, you could even be asking the person like, hey, why did you do this? Why did you say that? Why did you, you know, and and but also wanting to be in an energy where you can kind of share how you've been thinking or how you've been feeling about this situation here. And I feel like what Spirit is saying here, not only is this a situation that's going on, which I can see why, this could be something that's a little troubling here, but I feel like also the point, I'm seeing the High Priestess at the bottom, is that this is also something that could very likely be draining your energy, almost like an energy vampire, or even something when we're kind of stuck in memories from the past. It's kind of like we still have an attachment to that person or that situation. So another thing that I would say is that if you still have a lot of hurt feelings, resentment, anger, trust issues, if there literally was betrayal here, some hurtful words that were exchanged, hurtful actions that have to do with another person or even multiple people, family members, friends, coworkers, love interests, okay? That, what did I want to say? That we still have these attachments to this past situation, to these past people. And it could very likely, like I said, be something that's draining your energy. And it's like this message from your higher self is wanting you to spend this time, right, in the hermit energy, to take some time, that if this stuff is coming up for you and it is re-triggering some old memories, because even if you're not talking to a person anymore, you're no longer dealing with the situation, and this stuff is coming up for you, perhaps there are still some things that you have to work through, especially if anger or resentment or trust issues, feeling the need to defend yourself or being on the defense. Perhaps there's even some fear here. And yeah, I want to say some hurtful feelings that are still happening because of whatever this past situation is for you. Something someone said, something someone did. That, yes, as this stuff is coming up for you, don't ignore it. Don't try to suppress it, because the Tower is also about release. Releasing things, letting things go. So I do feel like it's important for you to work through these things, and what lingering feelings, emotions, thoughts, or even how this has changed your beliefs about people in general, right? Whoever this is, or multiple people, but for you to work through it and to help to really stabilize and ground your energy, and to not let whatever this situation is take away from who you are right now. I definitely feel like your higher self wants you to stand in your power as this King of Wands, and to not let whatever this situation has been to take away from you any longer. And maybe now this is focusing your energy towards connecting with people, no matter what area of your life, who are supportive, who are caring, who are loving, and who do reciprocate the energy that you bring to the table. Not people who don't value it or just kind of like easily discard or throw it away, or people who do things, that hurt you in some way. Okay? It's kind of like, I feel like your higher self is not wanting you to spend any more of your precious time or energy worrying about it and letting this take you away from what you're doing right now. Focusing on dreams, focusing on goals. Like I said, if there's a lot of stuff that's coming up for you, maybe this is a time to just kind of withdraw, take a step away, take some time for yourself, take some time to think about what things are still bothering you, especially if hearing about, oh, this person said this or this, that, that you take some time to say, okay, this still hurts. Why does it still hurt? What is it that I still have to work on healing here? Is it a trust issue now? Is it, still that you're recovering from betrayal trauma, which is very challenging to heal from, but it's not impossible. Rejection, abandonment, and I feel like also the people that you really give so much of yourself to is when it really hurts, because the people that are close to you, right? Your family members, your loved ones, people that you consider really close friends, or even coworkers, that kind of do stuff like this, and it changes you, it certainly changes you. And I feel like your higher self is not necessarily saying to you that you have to hurry up and get over it, or to just let it go, like that very insensitive way, but more so that your higher self is seeing a little bit of a struggle here and wanting you to do what you can to focus on the here and now and not let whatever this situation has been take your power away. Okay? Because again, we've got the Emperor here, which is a very solid, it's like a rock. It's you standing in your power. The Emperor is Aries energy. We've got the King of Wands here, again, fire sign energy. And yeah, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. Come together with your coven. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. And maybe that means for some of you setting boundaries, learning to set healthy boundaries with people, learning how to speak up and stand up for yourself. So I want to look at this, what does it say? A moment. She's just resting there. So I want to see what this, because the Magician is about willpower, focused intention, manifestation. The Magician is also a reminder. It isn't a number one, which is new beginnings, but the Magician also has all the tools, right? So in a way, I kind of feel like your higher self is telling you that you do have all the tools to overcome whatever this is, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and to focus your energy not so much on whatever this past situation is that could be draining you, but to focus on your happiness, focus on what you're doing right here, right now, and for your future. Rebuilding. Maybe that means for some of you rebuilding your life in some way. What is this a moment here? Why is this important for group 1? Four of Pentacles. It says treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. We have the Ace of Cups. I'm going to take this in reverse. Okay, yeah, there's something here. Four of Swords. It says, why aren't you resting? The Ace of Cups says, do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, dear. But the Ace of Cups in reverse can be about the need for emotional release. This can talk about blocked heart chakra, blocked feelings, emotions, or even suppressed feelings and emotions. This could be a need for self-love, a need for some self-care. She's resting here. She's got a little hot water bottle on her. Looks like some tea, closing her eyes, just sitting back. The Four of Swords is about resting. It's about healing, reflection, meditation. Now, the Four of Pentacles can talk about us clinging onto something, holding on to something. It can also be an attachment. It's about possession and control. Okay, so are we trying to control something here? Right? Especially for those of you where this has already happened, we cannot change it. Right? We cannot change it. We can change who we are and how we choose to process things, right? How we choose to think and feel and act after the fact. So I do definitely feel like your higher self is encouraging you to work through those feelings, work through those thoughts, okay? And release control over whatever the situation is, right? We can't, because even if there is people, right, that we have around us, we can't change how other people are. We can't change what has been said, what has been done. We can only change within ourselves and how we choose to engage or interact, or, you know, how we're going to respond to someone, or what we will and aren't willing to put up with, deal with. So yeah, I kind of feel like the message here is about not giving your power away, right? To something from the past. This is you stepping into your power. I'm seeing the Seven of Wands at the bottom, which is about boundaries. It's also about facing challenges, obstacles, and perseverance. Okay? It says witches should hold other witches accountable. Okay? So yeah, maybe there are some people in your life that you need to set some boundaries with and learn to, you know, again, speak up, stand up for yourself, defend yourself, but in a way that shows you're coming through in a more empowered version. Don't lower yourself to, say, another person's energy who's, you know, who's manipulative. Maybe Five of Swords can also be manipulation. So setting boundaries. Okay, setting boundaries with someone. Learning to say no. No, I'm not accepting that. I don't, you know, no thank you. I don't want to be a part of this. I mean, this could even be removing somebody out of your life. You know, maybe some of you are like, oh, I don't know about this person or this friend or this family member, and, you know, make the decision to cut and remove them out of your life, so that it's no longer affecting your energy. You're no longer choosing to be a part of it. Okay. And it looks like from the way that the messages are coming through here that it's taking a lot of your energy, and your higher self is wanting you to not give your power away to whatever this is, and shift and redirect your energy towards something for you, your happiness, your joy, you working on building your empire. Some of you could be trying to focus on pursuing a passion, a dream, a goal, working on a business, being an entrepreneur. You know, Nine of Pentacles is about being self-sufficient, independent, having a strong sense of self, you know. And maybe for some of you, this situation, whatever it is, has affected your self-esteem, has affected the way that you look at yourself, the way that you feel like other people could be judging you, criticizing you. You know, it may have affected your ego, wounded your ego in some way. So this is where your higher self is coming to you to like shake you and tell you, no, we're not going to allow whatever this situation is to take your power away. Put your crown on. Get in that emperor's chair and put your crown on. And don't let this be something that takes your power away. Look at how all these witches are around here, and they're all kind of like pointing fingers at her and telling her all this kind of stuff, and she looks like she's feeling bad, you know. And so, you know, perhaps, you know, other people or a person, you know, has kind of approached you in the wrong way or with the wrong energy, and maybe there was a need for you to have better boundaries, or to learn to stand up for yourself, or to, not let this be something that affects your self-esteem, your self-worth, the way in which you feel like you need to gain approval or validation from others, and just kind of stand in your own truth, and what you stand for, and just do your thing. Okay? Yeah, I kind of feel like it's just your higher self wanting to redirect you towards what really matters. What's really important is you and what you're doing and what you're focusing on, not this past business and what other people are saying or thinking or what they've done in the past. Not to invalidate your feelings or to say that your experience wasn't something that could have been very challenging or very traumatic, but it's almost kind of like your higher self is saying, okay, we've been in this energy enough. Okay? It's time to pick ourselves up, stand in your power, and get on your throne. Okay? This is you creating a whole new life for yourself. Realizing that you have everything you need within you. You don't need anybody else to give that to you, right? Or if people don't appreciate or value your time, your presence, your energy, or undervalued in the past, didn't give you the recognition that you really deserved, didn't value you, we want to work on removing those types of people out of our life. Okay? And keep on keeping on. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you. Group 1, I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pal 2. So those of you that resonated with the Desert Rose Selenite, this is going to be a reading. So as I was shuffling out your pile, there was a message that came through, and we'll see how that kind of connects into your message from your higher self today. But the message was, remember who you are. Okay, remember who you are. So let's kind of see what's going on. I mean, this kind of makes me feel like, is there perhaps a feeling disempowered or defeated in some way? So we'll just see. I'm going to save these the black ones, these tarot cards, for a little bit later, because we have to put these cards out first. So we have number 38, and it says villain. Wow, you can always rewrite the story. She's holding a rock over her head. Maybe some of you are feeling upset or angry. Maybe at someone, or maybe frustrated within yourself. You can always rewrite this story. Okay, that is number 38. We have farewell. Maybe this is letting something go or letting someone go. Could even be a past version of yourself. Let's see. Okay, I thought we were missing a card. We've got the Knight of Swords. Be ambitious. Chase your every dream. Wish upon a star, number 30. I am made from the stuff of stars. I matter. Yeah, so this kind of looks like there's... I don't know, maybe feeling not good enough, feeling undervalued, underappreciated, underrecognized. Maybe some of you have been dealing with a difficult time, or maybe even feeling like life hasn't been the kindest in some way, or maybe going through a lot. We have Moon Water here, number 32, with a reset. And we have Secret Seances, number 15, Spirit World, Messages, Assistance, and Memories. Like your spirit team is trying to help you here. The Hierophant. Tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. Okay. And then we have the Hermit. There are some things that must be done on your own. Interesting. Okay. So we've got Virgo, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. Let's see what your other tarot cards have. Let me move this a little bit. The Ace of Cups. The Five of Pentacles. Okay. That makes sense. Wow. 10 of Pentacles. And the Three of Cups. Okay. So there's some type of loss here. And we do have Farewell. Maybe some of you it is a relationship or even a friend. Three of Cups can be about friendships. 10 of Pentacles can be family, but also partners, okay? Maybe a marriage for some of you, or a long-term relationship. The Five of Pentacles is a loss. So there's been some type of loss here. Maybe spending some time alone. Maybe for some of you newly single. Some of you, this may have to do also with finances. With the Five of Pentacles can talk about limited resources or a lack of resources. Maybe some of you have left the job or lost a job or are dealing with some type of financial struggles here. The Five of Pentacles is a feeling, gives us a feeling of despair, a feeling of void, emptiness, isolation. Okay, also with the Hermit, isolation, sometimes loneliness. But the way that she's kind of holding that rock, it just makes me feel like she's upset. She's upset. The Villain. So maybe there's a specific person, maybe a person who treated you like you were the villain, or but with the Ace of Cups here, I feel like as it relates to what's going on here, the need for a reset. Perhaps this is also working on changing your beliefs, okay? Because this is an energy of lack. Like something's lacking, something's missing. The Ace of Cups is a need for healing, emotional release, self-love. This can also be about abandonment, okay? So perhaps somebody abandoning you, rejecting you, feeling isolated in a friend group, or even from family members, or even from a partner that, you know, maybe where there has been some kind of discard, maybe having issues with letting go, detaching. I want to look at the rewriting your story here, why this is, well, it is important, right? We don't, because with the Hierophant energy, the Hierophant does talk about our belief systems, our values, our morals, and always doing things or thinking of them in the same way. The Hierophant has to do with tradition, meaning things that are passed down from generation to generation, or even the way in which we're shaped by religion, culture, conditioning, and also societal expectations. Okay. These are the things that are shaped, right, during our upbringing. And sometimes those belief systems that we carry can be very helpful, but sometimes they're very limiting. And this could be a time for changing these belief systems. Yeah, working on changing these belief systems. Be ambitious, chase your every dream. And she's like, what? She's sitting on the floor here with her surrounded by books. Like she's doing some research. She's trying to get some information. Knight of Swords is about focusing your energy. It's about taking action, swift action, a clear mind. So I want to open this up a little bit more. And I want to see what's going on here, I think, with this Five of Pentacles. Because it kind of feels like with the secret seances here, spirit world messages, assistance, and memories. Maybe some of you are having a hard time of letting go of something or someone with the farewell here. Maybe somebody who played the role of a villain in your life in some way. Maybe somebody who, you know, with the Five of Pentacles can be about abandonment. So maybe a person who just kind of shut you out of their life, and it's hit hard because we have I am made of the stuff of stars. I matter. Maybe a person who made you feel like you weren't important to them or to a team or a friend group or a family relationship. You know, the Ace of Cups can also talk about a new beginning in love. The Three of Cups is about socializing, going out, having fun, surrounding yourself with good people. So if you have been spending, say, like a lot of time by yourself and are feeling very isolated and feeling like you don't have friends or you don't have a partner or, you know, even a good friend group, or I want to say a social circle, or your coworkers, you don't get along with them. You know, I feel like surrounding yourself with maybe taking opportunities to connect with new people. You know, maybe getting out of the house, spending more time doing activities that kind of lead you to new opportunities to connect with new people. So let's look at this Five of Pentacles first. Wow, that's interesting, because your message that came through when I was shuffling said, remember who you are. You're not in the place of lack, right? The Five of Pentacles being the energy of lack with earth energy. This is a belief system that we hold that limits us, okay? It's a limiting belief. No matter what it is that we feel like is lacking from our life, your higher self, right? Your 5D self, your highest version of self, has that interconnectedness to the divine. 5D consciousness. And 5D consciousness is all are one and unconditional love. And there is no lack. Okay? That belief system is a construct of the 3D type of thinking. 5D consciousness, your higher self, is that you are more than enough. You are enough. You do matter. Right? These types of thoughts that we have keep us limited in that perspective. And so this might be a time for some of you for focusing on self-love, to focus on healing, to focus on connecting in with your higher self and feeling that connection within to the divine. Not outside of yourself, right? Let's see. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Five of Swords. Okay. So, Five of Swords energy. Again, the fives connect to the Hierophant. The Five of Swords is about betrayal, trust issues, defensiveness, negativity, drama, fighting, arguing. It can also be resentment, anger that we feel, okay? Being betrayed by somebody, being manipulated. And the Seven of Pentacles energy is about feeling frustrated, because perhaps something that we've invested our time and our energy into may have left us feeling empty-handed. Sometimes the Seven of Pentacles is the need for us to reassess and reevaluate what we're putting our time and energy into, if it's worth it for us. Okay, so this makes me feel like there's some type of loss here, some type of deficit. Maybe you did invest your time and energy into something and it didn't turn out into what you wanted or what you expected. So yeah, I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here at the bottom. The Eight of Cups is about letting go, walking away, leaving something behind that no longer is bringing you emotional fulfillment. This could have been a person who chose to walk out of your life. Okay? Or you choosing to walk away here because your needs are not being met. Because the Five of Pentacles is lack. Not receiving what we need. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? I'm noticing that there's, you know, there's an ocean here, but there's also this music that looks like it's coming out of this shell. Maybe for some of you, if you're lucky enough to live close to the beach or near some water here, maybe spending time by the ocean or even music therapy could be something that's helpful for you with your healing. Especially if there's a person who kind of made you feel insignificant. We have the Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot is about making progress. It's about willpower and determination to move forward after this loss. Okay. Determined to overcome this challenging energy, whatever that might be for you and how that relates to you. Let's see. Let's look at, we got Cancer energy here. You can, what does it say? You can always rewrite the story. Okay, so what is this about, Spirit? Tell us a little bit more about rewriting the story. Why is this important for group 2? Six of Cups. Okay, so this could have to do with somebody close to you. Could be a person from your past. Could be a soulmate or soul bond connection. Could be a friendship. Could be a sibling. But the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia, past memories. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Some of you, this could be coworkers, somebody that you've worked with, collaborated with in some regard. And then we have the Sun in reverse. So the Sun in reverse can sometimes be when we feel maybe a little bit depressed, a little bit sad, a little bit hurt by something or someone. Perhaps somebody that you were trying to build something with. Some of you, if this does relate to work, I don't know, it kind of gives me like maybe even having like a bad boss, a person, a boss that doesn't, you know, see you, doesn't value you, somebody that you're having a hard time trying to work with in some regard. Okay, so what is this farewell about? We've also got Leo energy here. What is this farewell about? The Knight of Wands. Some of you, this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Eight of Swords. Okay. So the Eight of Swords can be a lot of negative thinking, a lot of intrusive thoughts, a lot of self-limiting beliefs. It could even be obsessing. Okay. Obsessing over something, someone, and look at how the scissors are trying to like cut the ribbon there. So perhaps your higher self is trying to get you to release yourself from whatever this is, or even the mindset, the limiting mindset. You know, let's just say for some of you where this is career related, financials, and you've lost a job, or you're having some financial struggles there, or trying to find a job or a better job, and you're not feeling successful, there could be a lot of self-sabotaging thoughts, which also the Five of Swords is self-sabotage. Okay. This is our inner dialogue. This is us being mean to ourselves. I'm not good enough. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have these skills. I don't have that skills. I'm not good enough. No one's going to hire me. Like all that kind of thinking, right? The Knight of Wands is very action oriented. It's very motivated. Maybe some of you have tried, let's just say, to get yourself out of a situation, and you've been feeling a lack of motivation. Feeling drained, feeling tired, maybe even contemplating a big change, leaving a relationship, leaving a friendship, moving house. Literally, the Ten of Pentacles can be about our home. Not being happy with the community that we live in. Maybe the neighbors. Maybe the neighbors are horrible. Maybe it's a neighbor who you used to be close to, or a friend you used to be close to, and now no more. And so I feel like this could also be a time for change, most certainly. In any, I feel like, it's more or less where your higher self is wanting you to move forward at this time, to have the willpower to move forward. Page of Swords. Okay. Maybe some of you are thinking a lot about communicating with someone from your past, and it's kind of keeping you stuck. Again, maybe some of you are having a hard time letting go, moving on, accepting the situation for what it is. I want to know, how is your higher self and your spirit team trying to assist you? How are they trying to assist you? We've also got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. How is your spirit team trying to help you? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is about changes. Positive change. To help you to bring in positive change in your life. To guide you towards your destiny. Now, this Wheel of Fortune is about big changes. Major life changes. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune has to do with good luck, abundance, good karma, improving, right? From what you've just come from, to help to bring about a more positive flow of energy into your life. But we also have to be willing to let go, right, of the past, and also let go of any self-sabotaging thoughts, because those limiting beliefs keep us stuck. Your higher self is trying to help you to move forward beyond that. Okay? How is your spirit team trying to assist? Wow, look at that. That's why you guys have that message coming through at the when I was shuffling. Remember who you are. The Empress is here. Taurus, Libra. We've also got Scorpio and Taurus. Yeah, Taurus and Libra. The Empress is the divine feminine energy. It is about being abundant, feeling abundant, right? That Five of Pentacles is lack. That is quite the opposite of what the Empress stands for. Okay? The Empress has to do with love. But first and foremost, love for the self, recognizing one's worth, one's value, Again, the Five of Pentacles is a limiting belief that we have within the 3D, from 3D mindset, consciousness. Your higher self knows that abundance, the universe is abundant. Okay, so this is where your higher self is trying to help you to shift into, remember who you are, the Empress, creator, being able to create wealth, to manifest. It's a very powerful manifestation energy. Okay, the Empress is about fertility, birthing something, creating something, manifesting opportunities, being able to recognize when there are new opportunities and new beginnings, whether it is our love life, money, right? Finances. What else here? So this could be where your higher self is trying to encourage you to focus on nurturing yourself at this time. Self-love, self-care practices, taking care of you. Okay. The Empress is about learning to love yourself, accepting yourself as you are, learning to love all of the parts of yourself, nourishing your body, loving your body. And we have the Death card. Yeah. So this is trying to help you with change, trying to help you with transformation, helping you to let go of anything in your life, whether it's a person, a situation, or a way of thinking, to help you through this transformative process for you to step into your power, into your feminine energy. Divine feminine energy. The Lovers is at the bottom. This is essentially you finding union within the self, union with your higher self. Remember who you are. Right? This is you in the physical, and this is you in 5D. That is where your higher self is trying to bond and connect with you, and it's like, wake up. Wake up, pile 2. Remember who you are. Remember who we are. We are divine. We are abundant. We are love. It is not missing. It is not lacking. That's a belief that we have in the physical. Right? Shift into that mentality. Abundance mindset. Love. And we have to feel that love within ourselves. Right? We can still manifest from Five of Pentacles energy, yes, but all lack energy brings in is more lack, right? Because it's the belief that you hold. If we believe from the Five of Pentacles that we're never going to get a job, we're never going to find love, you're going to manifest situations that reflect that vibration. This is why it's important for us to really work on integrating the shadow self, because we're merging what is within the subconscious, which is those beliefs, with the conscious mind, right? So that you remember who you are. I love that. What else here? So yeah, I feel like this is a message from your higher self of wanting you to kind of go through this reset, through this transformation. Perhaps some of you are needing to spend this time in hermit energy. Maybe some of you have been in hermit energy for a while. However, this is with a focus on healing your feminine energy. Healing those old mindsets, changing them, releasing them, rewriting, right? You can rewrite the story. Your life doesn't have to be what it has been. You can create something new. And that is what your higher self is trying to show you. You can create beauty. You can have an awareness to the beauty that surrounds you, right? Because it's our limiting mindset that makes us feel that nothing's available for us, or there's nothing out there. It's the mindset. It's the feelings, it's the thoughts that go along with it. You can change it. So this is wanting you to step into that creator energy, into birthing, creating something new, nurturing it. But first and foremost, taking that time to nurture you. This is productive time that we're spending in hermit energy, right? Not with the feeling of, because I feel like when you spend some time alone, it can come in two different ways. It can do where we are doing it purposefully and to say, okay, I'm going to work on me. I'm going to go through a glow up. I'm going to start working on, changing all these things, where it's productive time and we emerge from that hermit energy, like with the glow up, the new version of self, right? Look out, here comes pile 2. Or we can sit in that hermit energy and feel sorry for ourselves and feel low and empty. And I know how that feels because I've been there many times in my life. But you got to pick yourself up and pull yourself out of it, right? And that Knight of Swords would be you very sharp-minded to just go. Let's do it. We've got a goal. We have a dream. We have a desire. Do it, right? Page of Swords is also about studying. It's about taking yourself back to the beginner's mindset. But we need to be clear, right? We can start to, if you're someone who overthinks, overanalyzes, self-sabotaging thoughts, spend some time to be aware when you start doing that, when you start procrastinating, and catch yourself doing that and say, okay, why am I doing this right now? Is it because of fear? Is it because of insecurities? Is it because of my self-esteem, my confidence? What's going on with me right now? Start to pay more attention to the negative thoughts, because that's what we want to change. Okay? This is where you might even learn, okay, why does a person have negative thoughts? Where do they come from? Where is it rooted in? How can I start to change them? This could be where we start to make self-mastery, learning more about personal development and how we can change, how we can grow, how we can evolve into the best version of self. Maybe we take a class on healing, or maybe we take some kind of little course where we learn about trauma, or we learn about, depression or anxiety, and we start to understand it a little bit better, and it helps to give us the tools that we need to change certain things. Or we listen to podcasts that are, super motivated and help us to pump us up and make us feel more focused and more clear and more ambitious about being able to accomplish the goals and more confident in ourselves, right? All of that starts within you. So take this time to work on you, to go through your transformation, and to start working on your feminine energy, healing, nurturing, exercising, if that's something, because exercise can be pretty powerful, even if it's just going for a walk, right? You get all those hormones going and you start to feel better. You release stress. Strength training, right? If you're able to do that, lifting weights, dancing, exercising, things that help you to feel good, that help you to release the energy, getting out of the house, spending time outdoors, going out and socializing. If you spend maybe a little bit too much time indoors, go outside, touch some grass, okay? Could be super powerful. Like I said, maybe some of you, if you live close to water, the ocean, river, lakes, forest, nature in general, do that. Clear the mind, right? Little bit of a reset is what Spirit's saying here. We literally do have moon water, and of course there's many different things we can do with moon water. For those of you that are not familiar, with that practice, ritual, what you do is you can get like a little jar or a bowl, whatever you've got, and fill it with water. And you can kind of look up and Google different things that you can do. My grandmother used to do this a lot too. She was very witchy and very spiritual. But she would leave, water out. You can leave that water under like the moon. Maybe if there's a specific moon that's powerful, you know, in terms of like if it's the full moon or the new moon or just the moon's energies that you want to capture, and you have that and you can store that to use, you know, during a ritual at a later date. But yeah, I would encourage you that if that's your thing and you want to have more spiritual practices and incorporate more of that into your spiritual routine. That's another thing too, is remembering who you are, which is a spiritual being. Okay? We can't neglect this part of ourselves, because when we do, right, is when we get super consumed within the 3D experience and we forget who we are. This side of you, this part of you, this aspect, who your true self is, needs attention too. So maybe for some of you, it is incorporating meditation or, you know, spending some time connecting with your higher self, talking to your higher self, which is within you. It is you. But if you feel like, okay, higher self, I'm going to talk to you. We're going to talk about what's been going on in my life and I feel a little lost, and please give me clarity. Please give me guidance. Remember, that is within you. No, it's not outside of you. You are divine. Okay? Give yourself a pep talk. Start working on changing those thoughts, those belief systems. Like I said, podcasts are really powerful. There's a lot of beautiful channels here on YouTube as well that are very helpful. You know, tons of creators. And you have all of those, right? That are free, that are accessible to you to be able to use as tools to help you along your journey, or also connecting with other like-minded souls can be powerful here as well. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group 2. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonated with the pink flower agate, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out messages from your higher self, whatever your higher self has for you today. So let's take a look. I'm going to save these black ones for a little bit later. Let's see. We have number 35, shark. Ooh, swim away from this situation. Number 35, swim away. Commitments. Okay. So there is something here that your higher self is wanting you to avoid. It could be something romantic. It could even be something to have to do with work. It could be a family member, a friend who maybe is even asking for you to do something, or whatever that commitment might be for you. But your higher self is saying, swim away from this situation. So, you know, they could certainly be seeing something, or your higher self can be seeing something, your spirit team, that you don't see. Interesting. We've got judgment. Ooh. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be with judgment. We have bake magic cookies, number 13. I can give good things to myself and others. We have number 39, midnight moth with distraction. Wow. So whatever this is for you, it's distracting you away from your path, or something that you're, like I said, your higher self is not wanting you to be a part of. It's a distraction. Maybe from your own commitments or what you need to commit yourself to. We have Florida Waters, number 31, natural form, enchanted potion, red roses, and cleansing. The King of Pentacles. True success isn't just about money. It's about happiness too. King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. If your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. So, some of you, I feel like this could be career related. Some of you, it has to do with a relationship. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. The Judgment card is about making a big decision. It's also about awakening, maybe to something that you need to move away from, leave behind. Distraction. Okay, let's look at your other tarot cards. But we do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, also Scorpio energy here. I can give good things to myself and others. But the number 13 is here, which is the Death card. This is change and ending. So maybe whatever this situation is, isn't giving to you in the way that you need it to. Okay, let's see. We've got the Page of Cups. Wow, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords has to do with deception. Deception, illusion. Some of you, this might be involving a love situation, a crush situation. It could be a person who's trying to apologize to you. But I feel like Spirit's saying no. There's deceit here. It's the Seven of Swords has to do with lying, cheating, stealing, trying to get away with something, being sneaky, manipulation. Okay, there's the King of Pentacles again. Ace of Swords. This is about truth and clarity here. You're needing to see something. Okay, one of the things that's coming through here is, if any of you are involved romantically or interested in somebody who you might be crushing on or who might be crushing on you, third-party situations, okay, with a person who's married or already in a relationship, or a person who's trying to give you some kind of empty promise about committing to you. And I want to say, because some of you, this could be a new love interest, a person that is being sweet to you and things of that nature, or you might feel attracted to, and perhaps this is giving you some kind of illusion surrounding this is going to be something that is stable and secure. I feel like your higher self is saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. You don't see it yet. The Ace of Swords is trying to give you some kind of clarity, some type of truth. Now, I will say, because we do have Page of Cups energy, Page of Cups, to me, it's very like Piscean energy. Page of Cups is very rosy-colored glasses, fantasy-like, imagination. It could talk about romantic infatuation. And when we're infatuated with somebody, we may not necessarily see the manipulation. Okay? This could even be like a boss who's deceptive, who's saying, oh, here's this offer. So it kind of feels like there's something here. Maybe it has to do with communication, because pages can be messengers. If a person is trying to, send you a little message, or, apologize to you, or flirt, like there's a trick here. There's something that you're not seeing. Something that you need to move away from. Something that might appear like it's kind of, I'm getting like all that glitters is not gold. On the surface, it might feel and look like it's a good idea, or, perhaps there's some kind of offer here, but your higher self is like, no. Don't give them your cookies, okay? I'm just gonna say that. Don't give up the cookies. Um, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Judgment is about awakening, perhaps to this betrayal, this deceit. There's somebody around you, again, it could be a relationship, it could be a person that you're dealing with that is very emotionally immature. This could even be like a person, it's making me think of like a person who's married or in a long-term relationship and they're trying to flirt with you and you're single. Not a good situation. Or being involved with like a third party situation where the person's already married, already in a relationship, and they're trying to, create this false reality here that it's going to lead somewhere for you. Or if you're someone who's married, or in a long-term relationship and there's a person who you're attracted to or is crushing on you or you have a crush on, also not a good situation, right? This person could be, let's just say, flirting with you at work and you're just like, and let's just say you're not happy in your marriage or your relationship, and this looks like it could be a genuine opportunity for you to jump ship from your current relationship into another one. Your higher self's like, no, no. Let's see. What is the Seven of Swords here? Yeah, it feels like something that's being offered here is false. And your higher self is trying to wake you up to that. And if you're the person who is, infatuated in rosy-colored glasses, la la land, again, you might not see that. Okay, what is the Seven of Swords here? What is the Seven of Swords here? The Strength card. The Strength card, okay. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. The Two of Wands. And the King of Swords. Yes, the King of Swords is about looking at the truth. It's about reality. Some of you could be dealing with a person romantic who doesn't have the right intentions towards you. They could be trying to sweet talk you, but the truth is this person their intention is just to get to the cookies. That's it. Okay. Because King of Swords is detached. It's not very emotional or emotionally connected. The Strength card does have to do with our ego's desires, lust. The Two of Wands is about making a choice. So I almost kind of feel like Spirit's saying, your higher self is saying to you, you do have a choice. Yes, you do. What you choose to be a part of. But it's like your higher self is trying to yell at you, shout at you. And I'm noticing too the way this king is holding the sword upside down, which that would be like this Ace of Swords being in reverse. This is a lack of clarity. This could be I don't know. It's just giving me the shadow energy of the King of Swords, clouded judgment. Some of you could literally be dealing with a narcissist, a person who's a liar. Okay. Wow. Or we could be lying to ourselves. Okay. Lying to ourselves about something. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, I'm seeing the Knight of Swords at the bottom. Knight of Swords could be a very impulsive energy. Sometimes we've got tunnel vision and we're not thinking about what we're doing, which means we're missing red flags. Okay. This could also be a person who's trying to move in really quickly, telling you all the things you want to hear, too good to be true. Okay. There, look at that. The devil. Wow. Magician. That's a manipulator. Okay. Whatever this person is, they're a liar. The devil is a person. The devil is about manipulation. Okay. Control, possession, lust, attachment, infidelity, cheating, third party. Look at how there's puppets down here that are being controlled, manipulated. I don't know, whoever this person is. I mean, this could even be your own thoughts, your own feelings that are manipulating you into believing whatever this is, and your higher self. This is like a warning message here. This is a warning message. Capricorn energy, Gemini, Virgo. Maybe you haven't been listening to your higher self. Look at how this king here has the what is that thing called? A megaphone? Trying to give you a warning here. Something's false here. It's like trickster energy. So this could be a person who tries to move in really quick, tries to just they might even be somebody who tells you things just to get what they want, you know? Like if you're a person who wants long-term relationship and, all of this stuff, and they know that, they could tell you that just to manipulate you into getting what they want. Which, with the devil, this is temptation. If this person is someone who's married or in a long-term relationship already, or, this person could be they could be a flirt. They could be a person who's a flirt and who's trying to just tell you anything because they know for some reason, or trying to manipulate you, and sometimes we fall for it. I've fallen for it a lot of times in my past. I didn't even see it. I was like, oh my goodness, not until after the fact. Where people were just, after they get what they want, they disappear. But yeah, that's what this is not good. Not good. So yes, this is definitely a warning here. A need for you to walk away. From whatever this situation is. I mean, it could even be a boss who's telling you, oh, if you take this, this project on, or if you do this, or if you do that, then, you're going to get a raise or something. There's deception here. Let's look at this Ace of Swords here. Knight of Cups. This is a sweet talker here. Look at that. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. This person's full of empty promises. Sagittarius energy. Yeah. Temperance is it's about keeping things in balance. Okay. It's kind of like the opposite of the devil energy. So temperance is a need for patience, maybe a need for slowing down. Some of you, this person could be love bombing you. Or you could be falling for this person too fast, and your higher self's pump the brakes. You don't see what we see. Especially if you're someone who falls for people very quickly romantically, and you just kind of get swept away in the sweet talk. There's a need for you to kind of calm your energy down. Okay? Calm your energy down, temper your heart in a way, because the Knight of Swords is rushing, right? We might be trying to move too quickly into something, and your higher self is trying to give you this warning here. Calm it down. Move slowly. The King of Swords is also a need for us to face facts, face truth. Sometimes it's harsh truth, the reality of a situation, or to see a person clearly, see the situation clearly with logic. With the King of Swords, be logical here. The Knight of Cups can also be a very vulnerable energy. So if you, let's just say you're in a vulnerable situation, or you've maybe feeling especially vulnerable right now, if you're a person who's been heartbroken a lot, or, and this person is coming in and saying like all these amazing things to you, I've also been there. That's how I fell for it. Because it felt good, it made me feel happy, and I ended up being more hurt after, because the person was lying. Many people were lying when I was dating. Oh boy, those memories. Okay, so let's look at move away from this situation. Queen of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Three of Cups. Some of you, it could be a friend, somebody that you're dating, going out with. We've got the Four of Swords and also the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is a need to connect to our intuition when we're feeling confused. We could also be in denial. There could be something that we're just not seeing, choosing not to look at about a person. And we could be all heart. All heart here. Okay, why is this Two of Swords here? Two of Swords can also be confusion. So maybe it's a person who's making you feel confused. Look at that, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a need for discernment. Queen of Swords is also extremely good at reading people. Seeing right through their lies, right through their BS. This is you protecting yourself and your energy. Look at that, Five of Pentacles. It's like what you're wanting or looking for, you're not going to get it here with this person. Okay? For some of you, it could be a person who's lying to you about wanting commitment, or who has plans of only being single and staying single. The Five of Pentacles also has to do with abandonment, rejection, shutting you out, needs not being met. Some of you could be receiving bare minimum from a person. Or you could be, especially for those of you that are, say, married or in a relationship already, and there's another person, new love interest that's kind of there that you're crushing on, or who's crushing on you, your Queen of Swords energy is telling you, you need to be logical about this. You could be feeling bored, feeling like your emotional needs are not being met, and seeking emotional bonding or connection with someone, but this energy that's here is not real. It's a distraction. It's not going to give you what you're looking for either. On the surface, it might appear that it is, but it's not. Okay? That's the whole devil energy, right? It kind of just brings in this very captivating, alluring energy to us, and the devil is always disguised as something beautiful, something amazing, right? So this is a time for you to really use discernment. Queen of Swords is clear head, right? Clear mind. Yeah. So, I mean, this could be a person who ends up rejecting, a person who ends up abandoning, a person who ends up ghosting, a person who doesn't want a long-term relationship, a person who doesn't have the intention of doing so, a person who just wants to be single, a person who's making empty promises here. So this is where this is like, don't get yourself too invested into this person or this situation. Or if it's a job and, you know, the person, the employer is not paying you enough, but they're giving you like these little things to say, oh, here, and you keep staying, even though you know in your heart that you want more financial security, that your financial needs are not being met, and the things maybe that your boss says is confusing for you, and you know, you're just like, I don't know if I should stay or not, you know. I would say maybe start, for those of you where this is maybe work related and this is about you finding a better job, this is a need for you to have the strength to walk away and let go of something that's not meeting what those needs are. Don't let this company that you work for be a distraction to keeping you from your dreams or your goals. Okay. What else do I want to say? What is this distraction about, Spirit? What's this distraction? The Lovers. The Ace of Wands. Some of you, the distraction is it's giving you, it's creating this illusion of a relationship, an actual relationship for you. It's also distracting you away from the person that you are really meant to be with. So whoever this person or this situation is, you've got to have the willpower within yourself to move away from it, because this is not your person, or this is not your job. This is not where you're meant to stay. Okay? It's distracting you away from the person that you are meant to be with, your destined partner. So it's going to take all of your willpower, all of your inner strength to move forward from this situation. Your higher self is trying to align you with the person that you are meant to be with. Now, if you are someone who is married and there's been betrayal in the past and things of that nature, you know, this person could be coming in with a cheap apology and to say, oh yes, I'll never do it again, and things are going to change. And this could be your higher self saying, no, they're not. They're lying to you. Nothing's going to change. They're not going to change. So your needs are not being met here, and it's time to go. You know, that could be getting yourself out of a marriage or a long-term relationship where we've been telling ourselves, you know, calling it love when it's toxic, calling it love when it's a trauma bond, calling it love when it's codependency, you know, or we don't, we're staying with the person just because of finances, because we're not financially independent or self-sufficient ourselves. This could be distracting you away from creating your new dream life, your new reality, you know, getting out of a relationship that doesn't serve you, a marriage that doesn't serve you, a job that doesn't serve you. Okay? It's distracting you away from your true potential of what you would be able to accomplish have you not deal with whatever this situation is. Help you, you know, it could be something that's distracting you away from union within yourself, or from seeing the potential or fulfilling the potential that you truly have without dealing with this person or this situation or this job or whatever it might be in your life. Okay, we've also got Gemini, Taurus, Libra, Aries energy here, and Cancer was under there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you. Group 3, I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.